Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Idle Angels. Today we are going to be talking about how to build Lucifer. But before starting, I want to say thank you all for subscribing and for liking the videos. Also, thank you for joining the Discord and for sharing all the tips on how to improve my videos. You have been amazing, guys. So I don't want to stall this video anymore. I will just get straight into the knowledge transfer, if I can say it that way. So first, we are going to begin with the angel level caps and how those work. Basically, for Lucifer, when you receive Lucifer or when you summon for her, she will be on MR level already. She doesn't have an SSR plus or UR level. And if you want to reach level 400 with her, you will need to push her MR stars. So basically, once you unlock Lucifer, she will be already available for level 300. But if you want to get level 400, you need to push the MR stars. And over here on the bottom, you can see the scroll list. The MR level and the ER level, which is the incarnation level, require the same amount of shards and summon scrolls. So for Lucifer, you are looking only on the bottom row. Then the awakening levels. Awakening levels are quite simpler compared to Himiko and compared to other angels. The total needed scrolls are quite less than other angels which are not MR based. It's 1476 scrolls, which is almost twice as less as other angels. So keep that in mind if you are looking to summon for Lucifer into the anniversary. It is quite possible to max her out during this event. Now, my suggestion for awakening level is that you first get the incarnation level and you get 1 star on it. Then you max out fully the MR, and then you finish off the incarnation level. I will explain why a little bit later. So even though she is MR based angel, she still gets the UR plus powers that other angels get. But how it works is basically whenever you receive an MR star or you upgrade her to 2 stars, 3 stars, you will be unlocking the UR plus and the UR levels of this angel. So when you unlock the Lucifer, you will also get her first UR passive, which what it does is she absorbs 60% of the attack and max HP whenever she kills an enemy. And then she summons a rat that will be taking all incoming damage, and that rat will be having 20% max HP from that killed enemy. So in a way, if you kill an enemy that has 1000 HP, Lucifer will summon a rat with 20% out of those 1000 that will protect her and take the damage first before her. Now, when it comes to the other buffs, we are going to use the 10% attack damage. Second one, we are going to use the 20% damage for buff for 1 round. After that, for PvE, we are going to use the Strength of Mastermind, which will give all teammates attack plus 5% for 1 round. But if you are going into PvP, you are definitely going to want the Strength of Vanguard if Lucifer is your main DPS, because Lucifer is a bit slower than other angels. Her base speed is lower than others, and in PvP, attacking first can be the deal breaker and for you to manage to kill the enemy. Then on the Next one, we are going to have the Soul of Hope, which will increase our attack by alive members multiplied by 5 for 1 round, which will increase our damage output. And for the last one, again, we have 3 options. The probably one of the most common ones used is the Law of Harmony. If her HP is greater than 30%, she will receive 50% crit damage. But if the HP is less than 30%, she will receive 30% leech. The other option that you can use is the revive when Lucifer dies. Basically, how to decide if you want to use the revive or the Law of Harmony. When you're attempting PvE, try with the Law of Harmony in order to see if you will have enough damage to push and beat the level. But if the enemy is just way too strong, you can go and attempt with Law of Eternity in order to revive your Lucifer once during the battle, and then hope that Lucifer can start devouring your angels and get even more buffs to beat the enemy. But in general, Law of Eternity might be better in PvP. And if Lucifer is not your first DPS for PvP, or you're using another angel, and Lucifer is kind of your second DPS into the setup line, I will use Law of Ruling in order for Lucifer to stun the enemy whenever she dies, because this will just be a little bit of CC to the enemy, and it will help you out during the PvP. Now let's go to the MR powers. So MR power, the skill requires 200 energy in order to be activated. And what it does for Lucifer, she summons a barrier for 3 rounds, which gives her 40% damage reductions, because this means she receives 40% less damage. She absorbs 20% of the ally attack and max HP whenever they get killed, whenever the ally dies. And she receives 1 fervor stack, which increases Lucifer's critical chance with 10% and critical damage with 15%. And if Lucifer manages to get 4 fervor stacks, this makes her enter the rampage stage, which makes all of her attacks to be critical hits. On the MR1 level, Lucifer receives 200 energy, 5% attack, and 10% critical passively. So with MR1, we are going to be able to cast the skill in the beginning of the battle, which is really big, because she starts the battle with rampage. At MR2, we are going to get another additional 40% damage reduction while Lucifer is in the barrier. At MR3, the rampage will be at 3 stacks instead of a 4 stacks, and also passively 15% HP and 15% defense. At MR4, she receives plus 10 critical chance and 15 critical damage to each fervor stack that she receives. So basically, instead of getting only 10%, it becomes 20% crit and 30% critical damage per stack. And additionally, she will ignore 10% of the damage reduction that the enemies have. So let's say the enemies have 70% damage reduction, Lucifer will ignore 10% of that, and the enemy will be having only 60% of damage reduction. And at MR5, we receive 30% attack passively, and Lucifer will absorb additionally 20% more of the allies' attack and max HP whenever they die. This is not regarding the Devour. This is just if the barrier is summoned. So if an ally dies within those 3 rounds, Lucifer will receive those percentages of attack and max HP. And now let's move to the incarnation powers. So if you just unlocked the incarnation power, Lucifer will deal 3 times true damage and 1 time holy damage to one enemy, so it's a single target. Then she will be receiving +3 more willpower whenever she enters Rampage. This is why we want the incarnation level unlocked but the MR maxed out, because we want to be into the summon barrier with early Rampage in order to get more fervor stacks and to crit. So where was I? Yeah, and once per round, Lucifer will be devouring the angel with the current lowest HP. So this doesn't mean the maximum HP of the angels. This means that currently whatever the lowest angel is, she will devour it. And with incarnation level 5, she will start devouring enemies instead of your allies first. So that will help you out just to get rid of enemy angels a bit faster. But first let's start with the incarnation level 1. You will receive 1 more willpower. Additionally, the angels start with 2 willpower, and you need 3 willpower for the incarnation skill to be activated, and passively she will receive 10% attack and 10% leech. On the incarnation level 2, we receive that the rampage will now strike an entire row instead of just one enemy. As we mentioned over here, it is just the single target skill, and now it becomes a bit of AoE, and passively 15 more attack and 15 more defense. Of course, this is good in PvP. In PvE, not so much, unless it's for Havoc and you are fighting those stages with 6 enemies. Then on incarnation level 3, the true damage and the holy damage receives additional 20%, and we receive physical and magical resistance plus 15% passively. On incarnation level 4, we are again receiving true damage and holy damage by 20% increase, and then attack with critical chance 20% passively. And lastly, the true damage and the holy damage with additional 20%. The first devour now will be focused on the enemy angels, and passively we are receiving 20% attack and 50% critical damage. The base fighting style of Lucifer is that you want Lucifer and her allies to survive for as long as possible in order for Lucifer to devour them, to get as many stats as possible, and in a way Lucifer just to be this one big strong angel that is left alone in your lineup and just beats the enemy this way. Later on, we are going to move for the SSR Relic. So basically for the SSR Relic, what you want to get is the crit damage up, because with the Rampage, we are going to be having this always critical hits. Attack up is also a good stat if you get it, and resistance penetration works, but you prefer to have crit damage or attack up in my opinion. And since Lucifer is a bit slower than other angels, and if you're looking for the PvP, it might be good for you to look for a relic that has speed on it as well. And you will want to have an SSR relic with speed always saved. So let's say you can get speed at least on one of those stats, and the other 2 can be with crit damage or crit damage and attack. And you will be having 1 speed relic and 1 full crit damage up relic, and you can just transfer and inherit between both of the relics in order to swap between PvE and PvP depending on which event you are participating currently. Then we're going to move to the gear Ascension. Over here on the gear Ascension, we are trying to focus on keeping this 2 in set with attack up plus 5%. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and push them 2 by 2 sets. Basically, if you are upgrading the sword and the ring, let's say you are with tier 1 on all pieces, so you have 6 pieces with tier 1. What you want to do is only upgrade it once you can upgrade both of those pieces, and I have marked how to upgrade them, upgrade those pieces. Why? Because those 5, 10, 15% attack will be way stronger for you rather than getting, let's say, on the boots magical resistance. This magical resistance won't help you at all, but keeping this 5% of more attack will be really strong for you. And on a final note, you would like to have 4 pieces on tier 5, which will be the sword, the ring, and then the belt with the chest, and the boots with the helmet. You should keep on tier 4 in my opinion, because you will be able to get the attack bonus, and I don't believe that the resistance will help you out early on that much. You will benefit way more by having the attack bonus from the set. After that, we're going to go through the artifact. First, we're going to go with the sword because it gives us crit chance and crit damage. After that is the leech and the attack. So overall, we are always trying to focus on the damage and then on the resistances, because in the early stages, before you even start getting those SSR plus angels, defenses can help and they feel useful, but later on, the more you go to the later stages of the game, the defense becomes such a meme that it doesn't really matter. So we try to focus on the important ones, which is the harder we hit, the better. Third, we're going to go with the book for the defense penetration. After that, for the HP and the damage reflection. Lastly, we are going to go with the helmet and with the, I don't know, it's belt probably. And over here at the bottom, I have put a brief explanation of what each stats do and what it exactly gives you, so you can read it if you want to. After that, for the wardrobe, what we want to do is focus on the agility, because agility is the main stats for Lucifer, and this will increase your minimum and maximum attack, which is a really important stats. So you will be, your minimum damage will go high, and then your maximum damage output will go higher as well. After that, we're going with attack, max HP, strength, endurance, and intelligence. When it comes to the gem, we are focusing on the attack gem, then defense penetration gem, then HP, and then defense. Almost every single DPS in the game focuses on gems this way. And later on, we are going to talk about the big gem that you unlock at level 100, if I'm not mistaken. So for Lucifer, we are always choosing the true damage gem. In order to receive the 2 stars over here, you will need to be using this golden blessing when you are trying to do the illusion corridor to receive this level up essence skills, which it upgrades this essence skill and becomes from I think 20% true damage to 25% true damage. Then on the next 3 options, I highly suggest crit damage if you are early. Even if it's not early stages, but in the early stages, crit damage will help you out more than the final damage boost. But overall, you would like those 2 to be on the gem. Then buff received and attack, in my opinion, they're both really good, and it is not a mistake if you are deciding between final damage boost or buff received or attack. Those three in general go really well, but crit damage should be your highest upgrade when it comes to damage. And if you are lacking speed for PvP, you can always choose speed to go into your gem as well. But keep in mind, with going for speed over here, you might lose a bit more on the relic. Sorry, not on the relic, but you might go with the damage on the relic. So it really depends how you want to do it. Where do you want the speed to be, in the relic or to be onto the gem? Now, if you don't really have any other options, you could put those here that are on the bottom, but I would say defense penetration level is okay to add. Basic attributes could help, but it's not that great. HP, crit, and 4, which is reducing the crit possibility for the enemy, is kind of whatever. And here on the right we have the bad options that we don't really need or want on our gem. Next we are going to talk about the affinity and the fate. You want to reach 2000 affinity points in order to unlock the vowing with the angel. Once you unlock the vowing with the angel, those angels buffs will apply even if your even if this pair is not on the lineup of the current fight. For instance, you don't want to use Zeus in your lineup, but you use Hera and you want to get this attack up plus 20%, then what you want to do is vow your angel and unlock Zeus and Hera. Both angels needs to be unlocked, and then this 20% attack will apply to Lucifer even if they are not being used into the current lineup. This will help you out tremendously even when it comes to fights that are 3 teams of 6, so keep that in mind. And also by boosting the affinity, you are getting percent HP and percent attack towards the angel, so that is a very good option. And lastly, we are going to talk about the Lucifer team composition. In my opinion, when it comes to Lucifer, what you want to have is as high as possible max HP on the angels. That's why I have put Capricorn so far up ahead on the lineup, because on the MR level she's going to give you 50% more max HP to all of the angels, and that in my opinion is really important. And of course Sim is kind of ahead of Enmu and Horus as well, because Sim will give us a nice shield which will keep our angels alive. So our goal over here is to push the max HP and the current HP of all of our angels in order for Lucifer to have the first devour land on an enemy if possible. And of course we're going to have the Raph and Hera to lower Raph in order to boost Lucifer damage tremendously, and Hera to lower the damage that we are going to be taking, and as well boost Lucifer damage at the same time. And once again, Zodiac Rabbit is a really good insane support, really probably the cheapest support that you can get when it comes to buffing up your attack damage. And during anniversary it will cost you 144 scrolls to summon for her, so save 144 red scrolls for Zodiac Rabbit and make sure to summon her during the anniversary event, because if you skip it, I think the next time you will be able to do it, it will be in December during Christmas. So I think I can conclude the information for Lucifer. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I will gladly answer them. See you guys at the next one, and probably the next one will be Freya, and after that I will do some CC angels and some supports. So thank you all for watching and have a good one.